Topping the news at 4:30, what's behind the census numbers, which will result in New York State losing one seat in Congress and thus one electoral vote in the next presidential election. Every 10 years, there's a census, data from which is used, among other things, to allow each state, based on its population, proportional representation in the U.S. House of Representatives. There are 435 seats in the House, so based on the 2010 census, each member represented a district of about 710,000 people. With the nation's population having climbed to 330 million people in the newest census, but the number of seats in the House unchanged, each will now represent 761,000. And that's where New York ends up losing a district. For while New York did not lose population in the last decade, in fact, according to the census, it actually gained more than 800,000 residents since 2010. Other areas of the country, in particular lower tax states in the South and the West, grew at a faster pace. That is why Texas, for example, which grew by 4 million residents, will gain 2 seats and 2 electoral votes, and why New York will lose one of each, despite growing by 800,000 people. Losing congressional seats is nothing new for New York and continues a decades-long trend for the state, which has lost between 1 and 5 seats after every census since 1950, when it had 45 members of Congress, as opposed to the 26 it will now have. So if New York is going to lose a seat, which seat will it be? Let the speculation begin tonight at 6. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.